Do I slap him on the wrist or do I throw him in jail?
Yeah.
Well, what would you do if I were sitting there, if I were in that space? What would you do? And so why is this so hard, seemingly, for people to understand that they're getting punked by this guy? Yeah. He, according to him.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
One of the things that's so interesting, because, I was a prosecutor for more than 20 years, and most people who are involved in the criminal justice system, they obey the rules. Now, they might have committed a crime, but once hailed into court, they show up, they abide by their attorney's advice, they speak only when they're asked to speak, right? They don't, I think judges are used to people complying with the rules. The lawyers complying with the rules, the defendants complying with the rules, and Donald Trump just defies all of that. And so I think sometimes judges are a little bit at a loss. What do you do with somebody who's powerful and who continues to defy the rules? And so you see them try. You see things like sanctions, like you saw Judge Engoron did. You see, get your client under control. But I do agree. I think they struggle to dispense. They want to dispense justice evenly, and they're trying to do it. And he just pushes back at every
powerful piece.
Yeah, thank you.
The
go there.
Piece.
He's not powerful.
Well,
he commands no military. He commands no government agencies. He is a private citizen.
True.
But you're talking about hard power. What he has is soft power. Well, but here's the thing. Mary, you spent so much time as a federal government prosecutor. I used to do juvenile justice work. And every time Donald Trump is in court, every time we talk about one of Donald Trump's legal things, I just think about the gross disproportionality that exists within the system. Let's just be very clear. Let's say the quiet part out loud. Barack Obama could never.
That's right.
Right.
He could never.
Never.
So he also wouldn't. He wouldn't. Because the other
because he knows that he couldn't, though.
Yeah. And he has respect for rule of law.
That too.
Right?
But first and foremost, they persecuted the man for a tan suit. Yeah. So I don't think they'd let him get away with criminality. And maybe the conversations are happening within the legal community, just not out here where we can see, but is there an internal conversation maybe folks are having about the fact that they are potentially allowing Donald Trump to get away with murder here?
Well, I suspect that judges in the judges' dining room at lunchtime are sometimes talking to each other about, do you guys have advice for me, my fellow judges, about how to keep control of this courtroom and not let it be hijacked into a campaign event? And, I will also tell you, at least in the D.C. courts, the federal courts in D.C., there are rules about, not giving interviews and press conferences in the hallways, and those rules apparently must not apply in the New York courts. So he'll be able to go outside the courthouse and give his speeches after he's, at different proceedings in D.C., but he won't be able to come right out into that hallway and do that.
All right. You are staying with us after the break. We'll discuss the contradictory messages Donald